Right. Hi everybody, it's Wendy from Lolly Dolly Crafts. It's Saturday morning, afternoon actually, 2:10. That just shows how blue I am. Today I'm going to do Gisella's challenge, which her YouTube is Zenderlees, and her challenge is to use lace. It's a lace challenge, and you have to use at least 3 pieces of lace or 3 bits of lace on your project. I'll put the link to her YouTube down below, and I'll also I'll put a link. I don't know what also I'm going to do, but yes, I'll put a link down below so you can pop along and check out what the rules and that are. So what I'm going to do today, I'm going to make this is also going to be for my I'm doing a Trusted Treasure challenge, so I'm going to use the project for that as well, but I shall show that on another video. So anyway, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to make like a desk holder for paintbrushes. What I'm going to use, I'm going to use 2 of these tins, which is the Millicano coffee, which is my most favourite coffee in the world, which is why it's expensive. It's about £5 a tin, but it's my most favourite coffee in the world, and that's why I've got so many tins of it. So I'm going to use 2 of those. I've also used a Pringles sweet sour cream and onion Pringles tube, which is also my favourite. Naughty, I have expensive taste. What I've done is I've cut it sort of like around the top. I used one of these rotary tools which cut it like butter. It was brilliant. So I used a rotary tool, a rotary cutter, and I cut it obviously a bit so it's a little bit shorter than these 2 tins, and then a little bit taller for the back tin. I haven't figured out yet how I'm going to stick them together, because obviously I want to put lace on them, and I'm not sure whether to put the lace on first then stick them, or put the lace on after I've stuck them. I'm not sure, because if I put them, no, I think I'll put the lace on first and then maybe stick them via the bottom. Okay, so what I'm going to do first of all is I'm going to, when I cut the Pringles tin, I've obviously, this one's already got a bottom on it. So what I did was I kept the plastic bottom and used that as the base for the other one. Otherwise I'm going to have to make, so that's fine. I'm just going to paint over it, which is fine. So I'm just going to paint just around the tops here and here, because I'm going to put paper on the body. Okay, so I'm going to do that. The paint I'm going to use is light antique white. Okay, that's the paint I'm going to use, and the papers I'm going to use that I'm going to put round are from Die Cuts with a View paper pad. This one's the what's it called? It's the French Country Stack. Is that one? Because my craft room's pink. So I want it for my craft room, so I want it to make it sort of like a shabby chic pink. So I used the French Country one, and I also used a page out of the Preppy Princess one as well. So I used those 2. And these are the papers I'm going to use. This one's from the French one. That one's from the Preppy Princess. And then the others are also from the French Country. So it's this like peacock one, and then this rose flower one. So I need 4 because I've got 4 tins, and I want them to be like different colours. So they're the papers I'm going to use. So I'm going to go ahead and paint these, I should say. I'm going to use one of the lids off my Millicano tins to pour my paint into. Just give it a bit of a shake. There we go. I tried to do a video yesterday of showing you how to make boxes for cards with dimension. Total failure. I totally mucked it up. I must have wasted about 3 pieces of paper. So I will do it again, because I've got another 2 orders to go out for cards that have been ordered from my Etsy shop. So do pop along to my Etsy shop. There's some cards on there that I sell. Yeah, so anyway, so I'm going to paint around the bottom. Actually, probably what I should have done was painted it with gesso, and then actually I might do that. But just bear with me, and then I can paint. That will save me doing. Let me just. Ugh. See, looks it going to be one of those days again. I'm just going to get my gesso, then it'll be. I can give it an undercoat first. I don't know. So, there we go. So I'm going to paint the bottom with gesso first of all. Just saves wasting paint on the using the acrylic, the vintage white. So I'm just going to. I'm not too worried about the bottom. I just want to make sure sort of like the metal bit gets done. And then I'm going to do around the top. So my 9-year-old's gone to play with a little friend around the corner from us. So that's that one. So they've just moved in. She's a little girl. She's tiny. She's like a little pixie. Her name's Macy. But they're both into video games and that. So he's gone to play with Macy. Bless him. Toby doesn't care whether it's a girl or a boy. He'll play. Do you know what I mean? As long as he's got someone to play with, he's quite happy. So, but it's just lucky that she's into Minecraft like he is. Okay. So I don't know how many videos. Ooh, something running across the roof of my craft room. Must be a cat or a pigeon or something. Oh, there's a dog barking, so it's probably a cat. So, my next door neighbour's having to build his fence higher at the end of his garden because there's people going around stealing little dogs from gardens and using them for dog baiting. So we've got a little dog as well. I've got a Chinese crested powder puff, but my back fence is 6 foot from the back, and then although where the car is, it's a bit shorter. So yeah, I don't know. We've not been doing well in the UK at the moment. We've on the news yesterday there was a young girl of 16 years old, you know, going to school, got stabbed and killed for no reason at all by a 22-year-old bloke. Didn't even know her, just stabbed her, one stab in the chest, and that was it. So, oh, I don't know, crazy. I don't know what I'd do if anything happened to my kids. Must be awful. And my kids have had friends who've died. We've had one that got drowned after going to one of these, like, I don't know, rave parties things. So I'm just going to get my heat. Oh, that was my heat gun. Yeah, he went to a rave party. They don't really know what happened, but anyway, he was found drowned. And then another one got killed in a car accident. And then the worst thing was a friend of my 19-year-old, one of his friends, really close friend, who encouraged him to go to music academy, was picked up in a taxi by a driver who she knew, actually, and the bloke killed her. Just, do you know what I mean? You just think, you know, oh yeah, I'm getting into a taxi and I'm safe because I know the bloke. He was a friend of her family. She used to play with his daughters, and he took her and killed her. So, I don't know. Anyway, I'm just going to dry these. going to pause the video while I dry them because there's nothing more boring than watching me drying them. So back in a minute when I've dried them. Right, hello, I'm back again. So I've painted all my tins. Just finished drying them off. I put a coat of the antique white on. You all know how to paint, I'm sure, so you don't need to sit there and need to show you how to suck eggs, as it were. Light antique white, that was from Deco Craft. Okay, so now I'm just going to add a little bit of distressing. This is antique linen. Just you know, not heavily, but just randomly around the bottom, just sort of dabbing it rather than giving it a definite line, and also around the top. Sorry, I just forgot to dry the inside. Yeah, so anyway, I was talking about obviously some of my kids. I've got all boys. I've got 5 boys who have lost, you know, friends one way or another, and how I don't want to ever be in that position, and I have. I don't know. It's just. But anyway, so I'm, you know, mostly I've got a 16-year-old and a 9-year-old at home. My others are all sort of like older and grown up. I've got one who's 28, 29, coming up 29, who lives with somebody, and then I've got a son who's 22, one who's 20. Those two, if my 20-year-old goes out and he stays overnight, doesn't come home, I have to phone him the next day just to make sure that he's okay and nothing's happened wherever it was he's gone. Do you know what I mean? Otherwise I'll just worry. Simple as. Do you know what I mean? And they get fed up with it, me. You know what I mean? They don't see what the big deal is. They will one day. When they've got kids of their own, they will one day. But as it stands at the moment, they don't, you know, they don't see it. You know, which is, but I gave birth to him, it's my prerogative. I had a discussion on Facebook the other day about how old is it okay to let your child walk to school on their own. I mean, i.e. as my 9-year-old's the only one who's in school. I would never let him walk on his own, and we only live literally, his school is around the corner from where we live. Oh, my coffee's gone cold. Yeah, we only live around the corner from where his school is, but I still wouldn't let, and yet I do see, you know, children who are in the same class of him walk to school on their own. I mean, I'm not bashing them, that's totally, they obviously feel secure, you know, and I'm not knocking anybody who does, you know, so let their child at that age walk to school. Also, I know it depends on how sensible the child is. My only argument there is, it doesn't matter how sensible the child is, if someone's going to drive up in a car next to them and throw them in, they could be as sensible as whatever, but by then it's too late. You know, so I do worry. I'm a worry mom. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure or mark around my tube of where my paper going to end, which is going to be around about there. Okay, and then I want to mark my cut. I'm cut now. Yeah, so just bear with me. I'm just going to go and trim this. I need to sort out my craft room so my trimmer's nearer my filming desk. Another thing is as well, I tend to throw everything on top of my guillotine as well. So, and then also another thing I do is I end up losing the lines. Oh, there it is. Right, okay. Where's my distressing tool? I don't really want to. I use this one. I don't really want to plug my other one in. It makes a bit of a noise. When, oh, there it is. When I'm filming. So I'm just going to distress. I suppose I only need to do top and bottom, don't I? Silly me. Yeah, so anyway, you know, I suppose it's personal preference, me personally. When he goes to the senior school, which is, again, it's next to the junior school that he goes to. In fact, it's a little bit nearer, because it's before the juniors, and then the juniors at the very end of the road. And there's only one road actually into both the schools. There's no road getting... well, there is other roads that sort of lead off of it, but they're smaller ones. But main road. But there's a lot of buses and that go down there, obviously dropping kids off and stuff like that. You know, so also make sure I put this on the right way. Well, I'm going to stick this on with wet glue, because if I stick it on with a glue gun, the glue probably going to leave a bit raised a little bit, which is going to be messy. So I'm just going to distress some. Just going to add some ink. Oh, I've done the ends again. Never mind. I don't need to do that then. Right. So the wet glue I'm going to use is my totally ultimate favourite for using on paper, and it's the colour glue, and I buy mine from Natalie and Amy's online store. I get it from there all the time. It's not expensive. It's about £2. Lasts ages. But it's just for paper. It's just really good, and it's got like a little spreader on it. So I'm just gonna. It would help if I opened it, wouldn't it? Comes out better when you open it. Oh. Oh, there is some in there. I have got another bottle. I always make sure I've got plenty of supplies in. Actually, I'm going to use one of my new bottles, otherwise we'll be here all day, won't we? Oops. Just peel the end off. Right. Right, there we go. So yeah, so I mean, you know, most of the people that I spoke to, or I was speaking to on my Facebook, you know, sort of said they didn't let their child walk to school until they were in the senior school, which in the UK is about 11 years old. For the first, between 10 and 11 years old is normally the first year of, I suppose, what you would call high school in the UK. In the US, I'm not sure. So, right, so I'm going to put this on. And the good thing about this is, I'll make sure it's the right way, the good thing about this glue as well is because it's a wet glue, it's you've got a little bit of a manoeuvrability on it when you put it on. Still sticking up a bit there, so I'm just going to run some glue, more glue down there. Just hold it down for a minute. My 22-year-old, they're all very protective of Toby anyway because he's only 9 and they're all like grown up. But because it was his friend that was the girl that got killed after getting into a taxi, he's very, 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 very protective over his brother. Because obviously he's, you know what I mean, he's really worried. And my 16-year-old and my they go to a club for young carers because I'm disabled. So they go to a club for young carers and they supply transport in the form of a taxi every other week for Toby to go, just to meet other kids that are, you know. But because of obviously what happened, they don't supply a chaperone, which I found really strange. But anyway, I told them that he could go on the condition that his 16-year-old went along in the taxi because it's not a taxi that's, you know. The drivers don't work for them. They're just taxi drivers that are out in the world. You know what I mean? They're sort of like that's their job, and they've been leased basically to pick these young carers up to drop them off to this club. So my 16-year-old goes he's his chaperone and goes in the taxi with him because I'm just too scared. I don't want to lose any of my kids, you know. So anyway, enough of that. So that's the first one. And I know it's green, but I'm going to, this is sort of like a shabby chic-y sort of look, so I'm going to add pink and green and whatever flowers. So it's still going to go in my craft room, which is very, 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 very pink. Right, so that's the first one. So I'm going to move on and do the second one. So, and I'm not using any measurements, so I couldn't tell you what measurements I've used. It's literally all by eye, basically. Do I want this part? I think I might use this paper on the bigger one, on one of the bigger ones, because it's nice paper and I want to see more of it. Okay, so it's going to be about there. And then about there we go. I suppose I could do it with a ruler and a craft knife if I could do it with my rotary tool, couldn't I? Save me keep getting up. I'll try and do that. See whether it gives a straight. Normally if I cut anything like that with the rotary tool, I end up going whoop and getting it going up sideways. But I'll give it a go. Save me getting up. I'm just shabbying this up. And again, adding some vintage photo just on the edge. I'd never really entered in anybody's challenges before. I don't know why. I just not YouTube ones. I haven't entered. I've entered a few like, you know, giveaway ones, as in, you know, if you're subby and blah blah blah. But I don't enter them very often. Right, okay. And only on people I know anyway. I don't enter on anybody I don't know. Because I don't follow people's, no offence to anybody, but I don't follow people's channels just to win. So, that's my other half. I just, because you might have even heard him, his foot tones coming down the path. Let me just, thud, thud. All my kids and their dad are always very heavy-footed. So all you need to do is just hold it. The good thing about this stuff is it, if you get, if it comes over, it just wipes off. So there we go, that's one, two done. I think the small one, I'm going to do this. No, I might, yeah, I'm going to do the pink end. Do the pink. Yeah. Do you when you're crafting, put something down and then can't find it? I do it all the time. Right. Okay. So that's going to be. And then this is quite thick card as well. This one is. Fingers and thumbs. Maybe a bit more. Long ruler. Let's see if I can do it without having to get that. Right. Okay. See, it's just been so much quicker if I'd have just got up and blooming gone to the see? Do it all the time. I cannot. See, now you know why I use my cutter, my guillotine. See? Mucked it up. Mucked it up. maybe the art is go slower. Go slower. Right, here we go. So I'll just make sure this fits on okay. This will probably be a more than one episode. But I should do a single completed video at the end, so I can link it to the challenge rather than linking the whole instruction video to it. My other half is forever making me cups of tea, and because I get so engrossed in what I'm doing, I end up letting them go cold. I drink black coffee, I don't have milk. I end up letting them go cold. Bless it. Right. Cookie. Make sure this is the right way. I think this card, because it's out of a different stack, they're all die cuts with a view, but I think this paper is a bit thicker than the other ones. Let's hold this down first. It is a little bit different in height there, but I'm not too worried about that because the lace is going to go around the top. So let me just whack a bit of glue in there. I got Dawn Bibby on Crate and Craft at the moment. I'm watching Crate and Craft. I don't particularly like Dawn Bibby. Stick. Yeah, this one's been a little bit of a reluctant to stick because the cards is a bit thicker. Don't feel it, but I'll hold it. If it doesn't stick, I'll stick the glue gun on it. It's always one. Why is there always one? I think it's done it. There we go. So that's what we've got so far. Let's see. And the bit where the joins are going to be facing away anyway, so. Right, so the last one is this one. So I'm going to cut off lengthways first, because I think that's easier. Oops, make sure it's on my table. Oh, glue there. See, hopefully that's the trick, doing it slower. And I just need to cut a bit off. Just in a bit here. So I cut off about there. There we go. I'm also going to do some masking on them as well, with some with a masking with some modelling paste. So I'm going to do a bit of that as well. So lots of different techniques. So I'll just finish this, end this one, and then that'll be, once I've stuck this one on, that'll be part one. Hope you can see okay. Right. Right, there we go. Stick this one. Yep, it's on the right way. Fantastic. Just need to... Cat on my roof again. I can hear the tiny patch of her little feet going across my craft room. Like that, or it's a pigeon. A heavy-footed pigeon. So, that one was a lot easier. There we go. Let's just close it down. So that's my... if you wanted, you didn't have to use, you don't have to use the third one, the fourth one. You could just use the three it's just, I'm just using 4. Okay, and you can make it bigger and have 2 small ones there if you wanted to. It's totally up to you. Totally up to you. Okay. Right, so I'm going to pause it now and I shall be back in a minute with part 2.